If Blackpool Football Club win their next 4 games, they'll be in the Premier League. How many of you thought I'd be saying that when this series started? Welcome to Late Kickoff. Coming up on the programme tonight, will this pool party carry on in the Premier League? Seasiders dress up on their posh day out.
We're going to try and fight and scrap and get in there if we can, and we've got 90 minutes left.
For once, it's getting hairy at Morecambe. Sammy's Shrimps push for the playoffs.
Right up until the last couple of games, we've got a chance of a playoff. For Morecambe, that is absolutely fantastic.
And on the day Rochdale finally clicked, we open up the promotion album. Well, with me in the studio tonight, 2 men still with plenty to play for. Tranmere boss Les Parry still battling the drop from League One, and a man hoping to play against him there next season, Bury manager Alan Neil. Well, they are the championship story of the season already, but just what will the final chapter hold for Blackpool? Relegation favourites in August, they'll enter May as Premier League promotion possibles after a dramatic afternoon at Peterborough on Saturday. Our man Stuart Pollitt was there.
Bannon spotted Kieran Westwood off his line.
Up there, Phil! It's been a colourful season for the Seasiders, and there was no shortage of colour at London Road. The fancy dress shops of Blackpool must have done a roaring trade. And after all, what could be better than standing under a sizzling sun, dressed as Richard the Lionheart?
Just tradition at Blackpool, just last away game of the season, we always go in fancy dress.
We've been watching them now 35 years. It's the best season we've had.
Can you get promoted to the Premier League?
I hope so. I think we should. The football's been fabulous. Holloway's been a great manager until he's took us to somewhere we've not been for a long, long time.
By the time 5 o'clock, we'll be in the playoffs, mate. No worries. And the dream's still alive, and that's fantastic.
The 1,500-strong crusade to Peterborough came in search of one thing: a playoff place.
Blackpool's hands now. Bristol City next week. We can win that. The home form's good, so good chance.
We're going on straight to the top. Premier League, here we come.
Striker Stephen Dobbie is in an unusual situation. On loan to Blackpool from Swansea. Any divided loyalties?
It's quite straightforward for myself. I mean, I'm on loan to Blackpool, so I've got to just do the business for Blackpool and forget about what's happening elsewhere.
Presumably you'd want both clubs to make it, but that's not going to happen now, so it's one or the other, isn't it?
No, as I said, it happens in football. You go on loan, and if your team's doing well, then you've got to just push on and do the best for the team that's took you on loan, so it's in our hands.
Yes, the playoff prize is almost within Blackpool's grasp, and who knows where this remarkable season will end. Next stop, the Premier League.
Looked like an average day at the Pleasure Beach with all those outfits, didn't it? Well, with one game to go, Blackpool's fate is firmly in their own hands. A win at home to Bristol City or matching what Swansea do at home to Doncaster will ensure a playoff place for Ian Holloway's side.
Very excited. Very, very excited. You're talking about a team with our budget who are bookies' favourites to go down, and those are facts. Actually on the brink of getting in the playoffs for the Premiership. We haven't been there. We haven't got any of that money. Hence our budget is a lot less than some other teams. But, you know, we're going to try and fight and scrap and get in there if we can. And we've got 90 minutes left. And if we do the same as Swansea, whatever result they have, we might be in there. Do you know what's happened? Do I know what's happened? DJ knows, but he played for me last week. We beat Notts Forest 3-1. He scored 2 goals. I'd be a complete lunatic to leave him out, wouldn't I? So he had to go somewhere else on Thursday. He's come back and he's done his job, scored us a goal. That's the big news. If it's big news, I get quite bored with it, to be fair.
Well, 45 games down and Blackpool just where they want to be in the table, a point better off than Swansea, but with a vastly superior goal difference as well. Guys, it's an incredible story. Les, we certainly at late kick-off didn't think Blackpool will be there at the end of the season. Did anyone, do you think?
No, I don't think anybody did. They'd have been looking at the beginning of the season just to survive in the division. Ian's done an absolutely brilliant job. You know, probably a better job than any other division in any other manager in any other division. I think he's been fantastic.
This business with DJ Campbell, Alan, arrested last week on the Thursday and bailed. Yeah, he goes and does the business. There will be some people who say, should he play, shouldn't he play? Can that sort of thing disrupt a unit? How does it work?
I personally hope not, because as Les just said, they've been fantastic, and the football that Ian's team has played has been fantastic. And I think with DJ Campbell, he just got to play until something concrete is made of it. But as of now, he's a professional footballer playing his trade, and he just needs to carry on and do what he does best, which is score goals, and he has done for Blackpool.
And we can have a look now, Les, as well, at the man you were just lauding a moment ago, Ian Holloway, on the touchline during the game and having a cuppa with the press afterwards. Yeah. What does a manager do to create such a difference when he comes in? Because fans often don't understand this. They'll see a manager come in and he's had an instant effect, hasn't he? What sort of things will he be doing?
I think with Ian, he's so enthusiastic when you see him on the line and when you're on the line next to him. He just oozes enthusiasm, and that's got to rub off on the players. And he's made some great signings as well, you know, just 3 or 4 half-decent signings, which has helped. But everything must just ooze out of him and go into the players to, you know, just pure enthusiasm.
And talking about enthusiasm, Alan, we can have a look at the fans here as well. There does seem to be some real momentum building at Bloomfield Road, and you know, when we were speaking to them before the game, they almost expected to be in the playoffs, didn't they, at 5 o'clock?
Well, it's because the team has done so well. They start out the season thinking it's going to be a struggle again, and then all of a sudden they've got a chance of being in the Premiership. And just going back to what you said about Ian, I sat with him at a reserve game, and he'd had some time out, and he thought about everything again. And I think his next job, he brought that into Blackpool, and they've changed the system of how he used to play, and it's worked brilliantly. I watched the reserves, and they were fantastic as well. So. An amazing job he's done there.
It's more as well, isn't it, than the power of personality?
Yeah, definitely. But I've got to say he has an unbelievable personality to start with. Yeah. But what he's added is like a real knowledge of how to play a system, and they play that system really well.
OK, thanks for now, guys.